What would you do if your own HOA was trying to foreclose on your house? That's right, take your home for you for simply parking your classic truck in your own driveway. That's what we're going to find out in today's video. Hey, welcome back into the channel, you guys. Thanks for joining me. Today is Monday, July 29th, 2024, and you guys asked for another HOA video. And full transparency, I live in an HOA. My HOA is amazing. Part of our fee, which is very, very cheap, $75 a month, includes our high-speed internet and cable, which is cheaper than any cable internet package I've ever had at any of my other houses. So we're automatically in the plus. However, I am fully against the power-hungry Karen power tripping HOAs. They do exist. This video is out of St. Louis, Missouri, not out of Florida for once, but always keep in mind, over half of Florida residents where I live, that's 10 million plus people live in an HOA. It's very normal here. So it's not an automatic no HOA ever. It's get a good HOA, do your research, do your due diligence, and get a good one like me. And if you end up in one like you're going to see in this video, get rid of it immediately. With that said, let's jump into the video, and I'll leave the comment section to all of you.
A battle between a man and his homeowners association could lead to foreclosure, and it centers around this old truck. The showdown is happening in Chesterfield. News 4 investigator Chris Negus shows us why this fight is now headed to court.
Andy Lipka loves classic cars. His Ford F-250 pickup truck runs like a top. In his opinion, it's pretty close to perfect. When you looked at it, you didn't think, I want to paint this or change this?
Oh, no. I looked at it and thought it's beautiful the way it is. It reminds me of the truck that I grew up in with my dad.
Not only does Lipka love the way it drives, he likes this paint job.
It's not damage. It's just the way the finish has evolved over the years.
His homeowners association hates it. So much so, they are suing Lipka. The bylaws state vehicles with moderately severe body damage can't be parked in the driveway. But Lipka says this isn't body damage.
It's the original Ford paint from 1965, and it's sought after now, classic car enthusiasts.
In the car world, it's known as a patina finish. But don't take Lipka's word for it.
This is a vehicle we built a couple of years ago.
Noah Alexander owns Classic Car Studio in St. Louis.
You can see the top surfaces get worn first.
If he looks familiar,
Speed is the new black.
it's because he's the face of a nationwide reality show shot from his shop.
Meet Noah Alexander.
Alexander
Actually seen that show, highly recommended. You can go check it out on YouTube. From The Speed is the new black. Pretty cool show.
knows cars, and he knows trends. Some clients specifically request the patina finish. Is it fair to say it's becoming more popular?
I think it's very popular right now, and it is becoming more popular.
But in Lipka's case, beauty is in the eye of the beholder when it comes to the Woodfield Homes Association in Chesterfield. He parks in his driveway because his garage houses two other vehicles. He's been assessed nearly $3,000 in fines, and he's facing a very serious threat.
The lawsuit also implicates my house. They want to foreclose on my house.
You heard that correctly. If the fines aren't paid, the HOA will seek foreclosure. Lipka has filed a countersuit. He understands the benefits of HOAs and rules that prohibit parking cars with flat tires or ones that are inoperable outside. But he feels like this has gone too far.
They're making this personal and almost an attack and level harassment.
Do HOAs have too much power in Missouri?
They do, because it becomes almost a fiefdom.
State Representative Brian Spencer represents rapidly growing Wentzville, where new neighborhoods and new HOAs are sprouting up.
I go to about anywhere from 60 to 80 HOA meetings a year. They are my #1 district concern.
He says he's tried to introduce legislation that would curb HOA power, but the plan fell apart in Jefferson City.
I've worked on legislation, a homeowner's Bill of Rights, which has gone nowhere because of the lobbyist efforts.
Did the homeowner's Bill of Rights include things like you should be able to keep a car in your driveway if you like it?
It allowed you to make decisions about your property that you bought. It gave the private property owners rights.
I reached out to the president of Lipka's HOA. I did not hear back, but an attorney for the HOA says the association is asking the court to enforce its covenants, which Mr. Lipka agreed to follow and was aware of prior to purchasing his home. Lipka says he's not aware of any covenant that prevents this truck from being parked on his property. The attorney goes on to say Mr. Lipka is not being singled out, and the association and neighbors made numerous attempts to reach a resolution. Lipka, a combat veteran, says this is a battle unlike any he's fought before.
The saying goes, combat creates clarity. This is different. There's no clarity here.
This battle is now headed for a courtroom. If a judge decides in Lipka's favor, the fines and associated threat of foreclosure will go away. Are you having a battle with your HOA you think we should know about? Let me know on my KMOV Facebook page.
Okay, so couple things here. One, always do your due diligence. Always read HOA papers before you buy the house. It's clearly spelled out, all the rules. Like, we read ours, we talked to neighbors. I say this in other videos. We investigated and researched it. Two, that HOA covenant set of rules says no damaged vehicles. His truck is not damaged and it's not inoperable. You can call a paint job whatever you want to call it, but it's classic. They don't have to like it, but it doesn't violate the rules. Third, there's a reason that HOAs are good. I know a lot of people comment on my channel that HOAs are garbage, never live in an HOA, trash. If you're one of those people, that's fine. You're welcome to your opinion. There are good reasons for an HOA. And if you've ever lived in a neighborhood, maybe when you were a kid or a teenager or as an adult, that you saw your neighbor having broke down RV with 4 flat tires in the grass, that's what we live in an HOA, at least here in Florida, to avoid. We don't want people's broken down, upside down boats and RVs and trash and broken windows and inoperable 18 cars in their garage and driveway and front yard. That's what we live in these neighborhoods for. So there are good reasons. It keeps the property values up. It keeps the neighborhood clean and beautiful. And generally speaking, it keeps your trash neighbors out, because anybody who would treat their yard or their property like that is usually not the best person. Generally, that's a general statement. And people that do keep up their yards, their neighborhoods, are generally good people. They may not be the nicest in other terms, but at least they're good about keeping up the neighborhood and the values and all that. So there are good HOA reasons. This HOA is way overstepping their boundaries. And I have an update for all of you. The court case was dismissed. This was back in 2019, 2020. It went a year till 2021. Till COVID finally let it get through. They dismissed it against him. They cannot make him pay the fines. They cannot make him pay their court costs, and they cannot take his house. He did have to pay for a lawyer, which sucks. He spent several $1,000s, so he had to pay a couple thousand anyways to protect himself. It is what it is, but he should have done the research on the HOA. And if he did, and it only said no damaged vehicles, and they were going after him after that, his countersuit should have said they need to pay his lawyer fees. I don't know why he didn't do that. That was a mistake. But yeah, there you go. HOAs sometimes do overstep power and boundaries and over the line, and you have to keep them in check. Otherwise, they end up like this. But do your due diligence. Don't automatically think an HOA is just bad and negative and never live in one. If you find good ones and you do your research, you can end up in a good one like I live in. With that said, thanks for watching. Leave your opinion, your comment, concerns, questions, anything down below. Check out the description box, links to my social medias. I'll be posting lots of shorts on those, TikTok and Instagram. So please follow me on those 2 platforms, and there's some other helpful links down below. Thank you so much for being here. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell on for notifications, and I'll see you guys next time.